you need to have a rule which explains why it is that people are entitled to do the things like acquiring property and entering into contracts. And that turns out to be the rules of individual autonomy, i.e. the rules of individual self-rule. And the basic principle here is somebody has to own your own body. Who is that person going to be? If it's anybody else, it means that you're a slave. It either means that nobody owns anybody's person, at which point the entire system breaks down, or it means that everybody has a claim over everybody else's talent, at which point nobody can coordinate their activities, or it means that some people are more equal than others, which means that they in turn can make others into their chattel slaves, and that turns out to be intolerable. So the rules of individual autonomy essentially create equal and independent spheres of influence and allow the rest of the system to function. So the way in which we allocate human talents is remarkably simple. Nobody has to do anything to acquire them. Each person owns his or her own body as of right. And what the legal system then does when people are very young is provide them with guardians, typically parents, who take them to the point of self-sufficiency. And then when they have degrees of competence, they can enter into the kinds of voluntary transactions that make the system of contract law and property law work. And since they are responsible agents, we could hold them essentially accountable if they engage in activities which upset the property or contract rights of others. In dealing with the scope of freedom that autonomous individuals have one to another, something known as the harm principle is often invoked. And it says that individuals are entitled to do whatever they want so long as they do not inflict harm upon another individual. And this principle is commonly associated with the writing of John Stuart Mill in the book on liberty. The principle is surely correct to the extent that it imposes prohibitions on force and fraud, because these things, if systematically allowed, will result in a systematic destruction of social organization. And so individual autonomy or self-rule is an absolute given in any other system. The alternatives are unthinkable.